There we go. So that was the loading for World of Tanks. We're on Xbox Series X. The game is indeed optimized. We're getting a 4K resolution. We are getting a much more fluid FPS. We're getting HDR support. This is a cross-play, free-to-play tank battling game that I think most people should be aware of. It's kind of hilarious how fast you load into a match because you have to wait for everyone else to load in on their consoles. So that's kind of hilarious. Anyways, so what it is, it's a game where you're in tanks battling other tanks. It's a tank game. 15v15, tense action. They got some PvE content, they got PvP content, you know, they add a lot of stuff over time. Different tiers of tanks, you kind of upgrade, work to improve your tank. What are you doing, man? Where are you going? And you play across these really lovely, dynamic, and lively worlds. They really are quite gorgeous maps with weather variants and seasonal events. And yeah, the action of World of Tanks continues to, I don't know, delight and excite, and don't expect intense, gripping gameplay from me, but I do have fun playing this one, jumping into it from time to time. And also being a tank, smashing things, which is kind of cool. And they got all these different types of tanks too, you never know what you're really going to end up with, which I think is kind of exciting. There's just a lot kind of going on in this one. So many different vehicles, so many different like variants in regards to the styles of gameplay, and it's just kind of an epic, interesting sort of time. It's definitely a game that I followed for like a very long time. You know, this is my third generation of gaming with World of Tanks. I first played it on the 360 doing videos. Those videos actually did pretty well for me then. And now, you know, we did the Xbox One because it got upgraded there. It looked really good. And then the One X. And now we're on the Series X where things are obviously a little bit better. Ow. I do not appreciate your cross-map tank sniping. I kind of wanted to get over there and see if I could maybe finish that one off. Ooh. That's not good. It's a fast little tank, I'll give it that. Okay, well, I'm kind of stuck here, so that's not good. So the tanks have different parts of them that you can hit, you know, different weak spots, different destruction. And then your tank could get, like, damaged, because I was immobilized there. And you gotta watch out for, like, fires and your treads getting destroyed. It's got a lot of interesting mechanics to it. I'm not sure if I want to kind of wrap around this way and kind of use my teammates as little bits of, you know, support while I'm over here. You gotta be careful of your different ammo and stuff like that. And I mean, it could be quite grindy to sort of work through the different like levels and upgrades for tanks, but it hits a certain demographic that really likes this sort of game quite well. At least I think so. It's definitely an interesting sort of experience. I'm just kind of debating on how out in the open I want to be. We don't have the line of sight. If we could take this like hill here, we'd actually have a really good firing range to shoot down and blast other tanks. But yeah, it's just kind of a really expansive experience. They focus on the tanks, they deliver a lot of tanks, it's very accurate tank technology. It truly is. I've played it on a bunch of different platforms and it's really nice here. See, I don't know if I'd really do much damage from this angle here. You gotta really watch your angles and how you shoot things. You could really ram vehicles, which is kind of exciting. See, there we go, that's a pretty good hit. I mean, it was decent, right? I don't know if it's lining up to shoot me. Well, it missed, so it's kind of embarrassing for it, I think. Oh, wow. Did it actually hit me from there? Like, it doesn't really seem like it should be able to from that the line of sight, but you never know, right? But it's kind of a fun game. Oh, I'm getting shot from another tank. That makes sense. Because you're just driving tanks around. It's cool. At the start, you know, it's kind of tiring, but they give you a lot of, like, tank packs and stuff. Or there's lots of opportunities to get different tank packs. Over time if you want some new things. And there's really a lot of different strategies you can take. You can run in there, or you can sit back and kind of work with your teammates in order to get the shots going. And as you get to different tiers, you know, there's different types of tanks you're getting too. I'm really low on health, so I'm going to try to get out of this area. I got like a little bit of a moving tank. I also really love that once your vehicle gets destroyed, if you have another vehicle and a team ready, you can just jump into it and you can start playing again. So that's kind of a cool touch, I guess you could say. Nice little part of the experience. Oh, there I go. I'm out of the match. And then we could return to the garage. And after that match is done, we get our rewards, and we can just jump into another one with, say, let's try the Firefly. Let's give it a whirl. And then you just find a lobby, you get a queue up, you find lots of different kinds of similar player tiers, and you jump into the battle for an epic time. I should also talk about the other modes. They've got like campaign stuff, and they've got like little smaller events, and you know, the PvE content, the war stories. There's quite a bit going on in this game. It really does have a lot of, I don't know, action, adventure, explosions, and destruction. And just a huge range of like vehicles. There's 700, well, over 700 authentic tanks, and they're like adding stuff all the time from 12 nations, so that's kind of cool. And again, you get the different like weather variants and stuff. It's sort of really exciting to see that. I mean, I like the snow style, and it kind of a little bit changes up what you're experiencing. I just find it absolutely hilarious though, because being on the Series X, you gotta wait for all of the other players on the slower platforms to load into it. It's just kind of it's a little bit humorous. Like nothing like having to wait till everybody's on the newer consoles to get like decent speeds and load times going on. Because before you actually had to wait like a good chunk of time, and now it's just in right away. And I mean, you saw that. You queued in a match right away, and then you finally get to play once everybody else is loaded in. Yeah, that's kind of a little bit of a funny thing to kind of see in the game. Just that little extra bit of humor in regards to having to like wait for others. That's next gen for you. It's too good compared to last gen. That's generally the gist of what it is. But yeah, it's a fun series. You know, it's just so cool, and I love the weathering. I really do love what they've done with the environments. And a lot of people I don't think really appreciate about this game is the fact that, you know, not only are these vehicles insanely detailed, and you can customize them a lot too. There's so many different customization options and stuff like that in regards to like, you know, changing their colors and stuff, whatever you want. But on top of that, there's just so much detail in the environments, the way you kind of like tread through the snow, how your vehicles like go up hills, the trees, the buildings, the smaller little details, the grass. It's really quite cool. And then, you know, the distance out in the sky, the clouds are gorgeous. It's a very lovely looking game. It's quite impressive in that regard. I'm zoomed way too much in. I think we can kind of pick this guy apart. He is in the... Come on, man! Really? Good kill on that guy, but totally just like blocked my shot there. See, I don't know what that guy was thinking. He's like right out in the open here. You gotta be careful because your stuff might like deflect. You might not get the right shots off. Like this one, I'm just like putting it right into him. It's not doing much. First shot was good. There we go. Got a little bit. We're just picking him apart because he's way too out in the open. I'm actually shocked that that guy actually made it, you know, out there. So if we go this way, it's going to be a little bit more dangerous because there's so many different players. I should mention there's like more than 80 maps too. They add new ones again all the time. Different terrains, weather variants. It's kind of super impressive. I don't know. I find it, the effort here just kind of impressive quite a bit just in terms of what they've done with the game. Ow. That was a sharp hit there. Very sharp hit. We've got like a bit of a team position here, so it's really going to be like, you know, who gets the right edges. I don't want to make myself too vulnerable here. Because sometimes it's a little bit of like waiting and seeing too, not necessarily like throwing yourself into the combat. And who knows what they're seeing, right? Like, their visibility might be different than ours if they haven't discovered certain tanks and that. It's kind of intense. It's like, who wants to really take the first jump and get out there and cause problems? Whoa, that could have been bad. But it's just great to see the game kind of running so well here. Oh, wow, that guy's really picking those vehicles apart with that precision there. It's a little crazy. Yeah, that's wild. And I also gotta give it to them. They're on so many platforms nowadays. It's kind of wild. Yeah, I wasn't anyone there. I'm just gonna get myself killed if I make these bad moves. I'm gonna try to position myself up on this hill a bit more. I don't think we could get an angle up there where we could really do damage. Maybe we go back here a bit, we can get some nice shots off. That's bad. We'll wait till this guy kind of gets his shot, and then maybe... Oh, they already destroyed him. Did we kill them all? Oh, good job, guys. Seems like we got some real sharpshooters out there. Blasting away the other tanks. Maybe go get the positions, too. You can force it that way. I mean, it's still a pretty equal battle. It could go either ways. And you can let your teammates know what's up, too, which is kind of nice if you want to give them little dialogue descriptions. Sort of enchanting. I love the snow and stuff. It's so cool. Especially since it's heavily snowing where I am. Or was earlier today, and I think it kind of stopped. It's like a howling. Is that like a siren or something? Cool if it were wolves. But no, it's a fun game, you know. It has its moments of fun. I get that some people can sit there and then be a little frustrated with how long it takes to get rolling, but I think they've been more than fair over the years of adding lots of cool like content to it, supporting it well, giving you new vehicles to try out and stuff all the time. So that guy's pretty far away. I wonder where the rest of their squad is. I don't really want to boldly go over at the lake, but maybe we should go over there and take a push towards their flag. I guess we're getting captured. That's not good. I should have been paying attention to that. Are they gonna stop it? No, we're gonna lose. That's embarrassing. I should have been heading back to base. Totally got sidetracked. But yeah, we lost there. You get your coins. You can see how much you could have if you have the premium and all that sort of technical jibber jabber and stuff. All these things, all these bonuses. Should we do the Stilbe? It's kind of a slower tank, I think, though, isn't it? We'll do this one again because it just kind of feels fast. I'm trying to find like a tank where it's got a good pace to it, good amount of speed, good amount of distance that we can travel with it. Just again showing off like a good amount of maps. It's hard to really give like so much in depth on this one because you're either really gonna like it or you're not gonna be quite into this one. It's just all tanks all the time, all the action you want for tanks, going boom boom boom, and you can just keep playing over and over again, right? It's always a little bit different. It's always a little bit surprising. Your opponents are always different. You never know what's going to go on, and you're just battling along. Okay, still waiting for other people to load in. I've noticed that I'm the first in the match every single time. It takes like at least a little bit for others to pop in, which is kind of nuts. I guess I can't speak for the other side, but here it's like, you know, it's time consuming. But this should be a cool map, different setting, different environment. See, like every time it's like a completely different area. Oh, I want the like attacking thing. Follow me. Just kidding. He probably should not follow me. Cool vehicles though. You know, it's all the different tanks rolling out, doing their thing, blasting away. I think this one's got like a little neat city area in the middle that you can kind of roll through and smash walls. I love doing that in the tanks. You really do feel like a big machine where you're like kind of crushing things. It's an interesting concept. You know, I'm surprised that they were able to take it and make it something that's lasted so long. It's a very interesting sort of experience. Yeah, okay, we're definitely doing some city smashing here, because that's fun. Kaboom! Taking out walls, yeah, I know, it's kind of cool. Definitely smashing things. Oh wow, yeah, you can actually take out the whole houses, different buildings. Just a maniac here. Everybody else is all serious, and I'm just kind of like... Because that'd be kind of funny, you know, you're just like battling away, and then this guy comes out of nowhere, and he just like rams you with a big vehicle or something. See, that's kind of getting a little bad for our team there. They should definitely not be in that situation, so I think I'm gonna kind of back out before I get actually blown to bits and take cover in the city, because those guys are just getting annihilated up on the hill. I need to retreat and smash houses along the way, and maybe find a new sense of direction so that we can pivot and maybe get back into this. Oh, I'm still in target of those guys. They've got the high ground. Yeah, that was totally on purpose, right? No, that's funny. I think we could do one more kind of showcase, just so you see more of the gameplay going on, see a different area or something like that. Which is kind of cool and fun to blow up tanks and then wait for everyone else to get into the match. Rudenberg War. Oh, I think this is one of the city ones, right? Yep, now just waiting for all the green dots to pop up. That is really quite something. I never thought we'd get that on a console where we could just load in that much faster than every single other person. Like, nobody's even loaded in yet. Just gotta wait. Oh, we got one other guy. Yeah. We got maybe a couple people coming in here. Huh? Just kind of waiting. Oh, people are loading. Looks like we're going to be going soon. That's exciting. Kind of waiting for this. This will be a really cool one because of the setting and the style of it. I think it'll be a lot of fun to showcase. But look at this fleet up against that sun. It looks majestic and lovely. Who's ready to cause some tank mayhem? I know I am. Let's go battle away. I gotta say, this kind of blows the Switch version out of the water because I checked that out not too long ago, which was fun to do so, just to see how it was running there. But yeah, it's a nice little boost, and it's always fun to be back in the world of tanks. I feel like I'm being a little too aggressive, so I'm gonna kind of move out of the way a little bit. Damn it. It's a fast little bugger. Yeah, it's getting pelted. I don't know what it's thinking. It's just kind of like suey running, basically. Was it hoping it would just like outrun all of our tanks or something? It's a bold strategy, but it did not pay out for that tank at all. This is actually one where you're supposed to play it a little bit slower, not be so aggressive. I get a lot of people complaining on other ones where I just like get a little too aggressive in my tank driving and stuff like that. Which, you know, makes sense. It's a fair thing to note. We also just try to make it a little bit more action-packed, because while it is fun to be tactical for some, for others they get short attention spans. Not the best shot, but it kind of gets the guy alerted a little bit. Can't worry about other guys coming into the fold here. That was a terrible shot. Let's kind of move up here. Might make me a little too vulnerable though. That's good. Shit. No, that's bad. Oh wow, our guys are kind of just getting gang beat there. I don't know if we can come in and help or not. Maybe get some good shots off here. I don't know how long they're gonna last, but it's a good distraction. Oh, I think I got blocked. That one damaged pretty well. Just gotta finish it off. Is it like behind cover, kind of? I do want to get the kill there. But then I'm getting shot at by this other one. Just don't know how far of a distance I'm getting shot at from other ones. See, they're going to pick me off. I think they got a faster fire rate than I do. I didn't get that shot off. But anyways, World of Tanks on the Series X. Kind of cool. You could spectate, too, if you want to see what the other tanks are doing. Driving around, doing tank things, being tanks. Having tank times, blasting stuff, shooting, smashing. Enjoying the sun.